There's very, very little of street art in Dulwich, and it's so easy for people to just condemn street art, having not really looked at it. I think he's the first graffiti artist to just jump around and say, I want to be taken seriously.
I'm trying to bridge the gap a bit. The gap between the sort of overground and the underground, really.
Yeah. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Great.
Take it.
What's your name? Stik, S-T-I-K.
Stik. Hi, Stik.
Hello. Nice one.
We met a while ago and he heard that I was from Dulwich Picture Gallery and he wanted to become involved with more serious art. And so he came down to Dulwich and I took him into the gallery and he absolutely loved the pieces there. We just hatched up this plot together as part of the Dulwich Festival to cover Dulwich with versions of the Picture Gallery paintings.
When I came down, I just said, "Oh, it's so sweet," which I don't think is probably what he's after. But it looks. You don't mind?
I don't mind being sweet.
It's just gorgeous, isn't it?
I just love the stick figures. Their faces. They just fascinate me.
Graffiti is people writing their names about. These are art.
It's about introducing people to art, and whether that's introducing people to classical art or whether it's introducing people who appreciate classical art to street art, it's a really important process, and I'm really honoured to be part of that process. The idea of the walk is to take everybody around the work that we've created and explain the context and explain our working process and its relevance to that area, that wall, and that setting. I think it's really exciting that a lot of the people who are coming on this walk don't usually go to galleries, and most of them have never been to Dulwich Picture Gallery. For me, it's been a huge challenge, not only to interpret the works, but to then transfer them to these weird knobbly shaped walls with air conditioner units on and burglar alarms, none of the things that Rubens or Gainsborough had to contend with, I'm sure. But it's also part of what inspires me as a street artist. I just really wanted to incorporate that light. It's about showing someone the light.
Even on your sheets, you can probably see a glow in the top left-hand corner, which is spiritual light. Okay, well, in this case, it seems to be an energy-saving bulb.
I make a lot of sketches beforehand. I work out the composition, the way that the character is standing and the way that they're interacting, and I make a mock-up of the wall. It's very important to practice this one piece, so you can go out there and just blam, put it up, and get the hell out of there. But this is a slightly different project. This painting really speaks to me because I think it really sums up a lot of men's attitude to women. She's not tarting it up, she's not flaunting it, she's just saying, here, would you like me, basically. And he's really recoiling in disgust at this really plain gesture. And he doesn't come across well in this painting. He's being a total dick. This is real suburbia, isn't it? This scene's been told so many times, but I think there's something in this. I think there's something in this painting that draws me to it. She's offering herself, and there's something very sweet about that, and I want to capture that. That's the apple.
What is really interesting is just to see an artist at work and how precise he's being with the spray paint medium, how he's working not just from his sketch, but you know, from his memory and a postcard of the painting.
I'm kind of stickifying the painting now to transfer from 3D, well, the illusion of 3 dimensions into 2 dimensions. It involves a lot of compromise. So there's a sort of the twisting of Adam's body. I can't show that, the contrapposto, so with only 2 lines. So I need to create a kind of an illusion of that. It's really complicated. This is the hardest part of the process, but I'm close to getting it, I think. You can't be working stuff out when you're out in the rain, up a ladder, using spray paint. I've given up all hope of keeping that stuff dry. Look at my book! Look at my book! Ruined! Oh, it's Ingrid. Hello, Ingrid.
Are there other people there?
Yeah, there's heaps of people watching. Yeah.
Fantastic. I might come down and watch you being watched.
Yeah, come and watch me being watched.
Yeah, okay, see you later.
Alright, Ingrid, bye.
We get on really, really well. He calls us the dream team. I think we just represent completely different parts of life and ways of life, and we're different age groups, of course, we're different generations, and we just have clicked completely. We get on really, really well.
Ingrid is the only person in the whole world who's allowed to tell me, no, a little bit higher. No, a little bit, no, not like that. Yes, like that. Ingrid and I work well together because I come up with some wacky, crazy idea, and Ingrid works out how we'll get away with it. We feel like we're being naughty. It's nice. You think even higher up then?
Compromise. I've learnt more about street art in the last couple of weeks than, well, any other form of art at any other time, I think.
I was really impressed that Ingrid's been on 2 street art tours since I met her, and has learnt all the names of the artists.
Yeah, it's a really two-way educational process, isn't it?
It's great. I didn't study, so it was really nice to have private tuition and being guided, being mentored. That's great. We're both doing something very new. You know, Ingrid has to keep everyone happy in her scene, and there's a lot of people who are looking at Ingrid going, what the hell are you doing? You're doing what? You're doing graffiti projects? And she had to justify that to her people. And in the same way, I'm doing something that's quite out of the ordinary for a graffiti artist. I'm collaborating with a mainstream establishment gallery. There's a lot of people from my side saying, you're doing what? With whom?
Well, Stik has been becoming really well known on the streets in, you know, trendy East London. I'd better start that one again. That sounds so awful and middle class, I can't bear it.
The graffiti style I don't like. I find it quite aggressive, but that's quite endearing.
I like it. I think it's sweet. And it belongs to this sort of little complex.
I think it's great. Also, he seems such a nice guy, sort of explaining what he's doing and getting involved with the people that have come down.
I was very amazed of his polite and gentle art.
So far, people have been really enthusiastic, but I'm sure there'll be a few people that maybe aren't so keen, but who knows? Be interesting to see what the feedback is.
It's up there. Same thing.
Yeah, classical stuff. Like that, down there.
Yes,
Thank you.
These are not springing behind your back.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's my best review ever.
If you're going to say that's supposed to be there.
What a load of bollocks, eh?
Yeah.
Well, it's about the composition of the piece. If you look at the actual piece and take away all the fancy clothes, all the scenery and everything, all you're left with is the composition.
All you're left with is that, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, does that look like anything like that?
It depends how you look at it.
Come on, mate.
It's important to have a dialogue. It's not just about, I don't think art is just to be liked. I think art is it's a catalyst, and it's to get people talking. And the best thing someone can ask about art is, what is it? The thing is, kids aren't going to art galleries anymore. Well, never really did. The gallery wants to kind of get the younger crowd in. Street art is like the newest art form, and Dulwich is the oldest art gallery. So we're kind of joining the ends. Do you know what I mean?
So, like, if the kids look at that, they're going to join an art gallery, yeah?
Well, the kids look at that, like, hopefully, when people look at it, they can see
that.
Well, that's what what I'm doing is I'm.
Here, come here, have a look at this.
See, the walk's on the weekend if you want to come. I'll reserve you a place, because I can tell you're keen. If you come back, I'll do your portrait. Why teach kids how to do graffiti? That's a very good question. I thought I'd have a little go at making my own version of this painting. I just really like the composition. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean by composition? I think classical art can be overwhelming, and I think this is a nice way of just introducing young people to something that's quite complex. I might need a hand if somebody wants to help me. Oh no, I can't see at all. I think we might have got the grown-up side instead of the kids side. Has anyone used a spray can before?
Me? No.
Yeah, that's it. I think that when they're ready, they'll go and look at the artworks in the gallery, and they'll be familiar with the composition, but then they'll see the amazing craftsmanship that's gone into the brush strokes and the colour, and they'll see stuff in the background. It's a way in. Oh, okie doke, that's good. Nice one.
It's not very often Dulwich Hamlet get the opportunity to do something like this. We haven't done street art before, so it's really, really good. They're really excited.
That's good. How good are you? Have you done this before? These kids have now engaged actively with a piece of classical art. They've interpreted something that was painted 500 years ago. That's brilliant. Right, I'm going to stop you there because that is going probably in your hair and in your eyes. Okay.
I'm really hoping that this will encourage younger people to understand the significance of the paintings in Dulwich Picture Gallery and discover it on the streets via Stik, and then go and see it for itself. I think this is a wonderful way to bridge the gap between old master paintings, old art as it were, and what's happening now.
This is not like a drum and bass version of Mozart. This is kind of actually quite a risky business of me genuinely trying to engage with artists far more experienced than me and far more established, without irony, and at the risk of making myself look really bad in comparison. I'm going out of my comfort zone majorly in this project.
He wants to be seen as part of the continuum of art history, which I think he is. He's the final bit at the moment. It is a whole story of art, and his association with Dulwich Picture Gallery shows people that.